What's up, guys? So, what do you think about DigiByte right now? Let me know if you can hear me, if my mic is on or not. It should be. Yeah, it's on. Let's see. So, we got a little parabolic run going. The daily bands actually have not even. I mean, every single day we get wicking, and the very next day it just continues to go up higher. It's actually pretty impressive. I'm kind of looking for a spot where it's actually going to pull back, pull back to this emo ribbon. But, I mean, every single dip has been bought up. So let's look at the Bollinger Bands because, yeah, I mean, they're starting to pull down, but they haven't vomited completely yet. So once these bands get pulled way down here, guys, then you'll know these things will pull like way down like that, like how you see over. Let me show you. Like in 2017. That's the second run. Yeah, so this was the beginning of the 2017 run. These bands get pulled way down like that, then you know that thing's like way overstretched. They just started pulling down now. Let me zoom out a little bit here. But it still looks like there's a lot of room. Still looks like there's a lot to go up. Potential upside. Damn, my computer's moving slow right now. Yeah, I mean, these things barely pulled down so far. But this thing is way overstretched. I mean, that emo ribbon's going to have to come, it's going to have to catch up pretty quickly. If you guys look at this run over here, you see how it got way overextended from the emo ribbon, and then basically it came back down and retested inside the ribbon for support, and then kind of bounced around there, and then went parabolic. But it kind of seems like we're in that parabolic phase already, and we kind of just bypassed that whole volatile area there. But I mean, this is a pretty intense run that we've seen over the past. Really, it's been like, I guess, the past 2 weeks. Actually, this week was insane gains. This 85% this week. I think we're up over 200% on the month. Yeah, this month is 188% so far, which is very similar to the month we had before this insane gain. This was one. Let me turn these off. This month, right before the massive run, was 145%. And the very next month, we got the 860. So we got an 8x just in that 1 month, which happened to be May. So that's why I was saying in my past videos about the timing. This is exactly like 3 years in between cycles. So we got that 145 pump there. This thing's 200, but if you guys can see, I mean, we're not even getting wicking up here yet on this monthly candle. And we basically blew through that emo ribbon. If you throw up the Bollinger Bands, we blew through the mid B band, which I believe was 178. So we blew through that today. I think we were sitting at 170 this morning. Not 1 hour. Let me see. 1 day. Yeah, so today we had a low of 160 today. So this morning I put out a tweet. We were putting in like an ascending triangle on a 30-minute chart. Oops, that's 3 hour, 30-minute. Where was it? It was, I don't know. It was somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around. I think it was right here. Something like that. Yeah, I think that was it. And I tweeted like somewhere around here this morning, right before I left for work. And then, a couple, like an hour or two later, we popped up over it. And then we ended up touching 217 today. Where did we go today? What's our high? 218 today. Very little wicking though. I haven't seen that massive sell-off yet. You know, where we would get that long wick that we expect on big DigiByte moves. The weekly, very little wicking up there. The monthly, I showed you guys that, no wicking there yet. And there's only about today's the 25th, so there's 4 days left of this month. So, I mean, this is a pretty crazy run. I would expect there to be some type of pullback right now. You know, maybe to test this 200-week moving average right here, the 200-week EMA. But maybe next week we get a quick wick down to 175, something like that. You know, then we just basically move sideways. And then, you know, like a week or so into May, then we have that real explosive week like we had back here. You know, back in 2017, that 1 week where it was 670% in 1 week. Imagine that. Imagine that, guys. Nearly a 7x in 1 week. And then 2 weeks later was another 220. I don't want to get too excited, but you never know. That something like that could happen again. We've been waiting a very long time for DigiByte. We've had pretty much 3 years of this consolidation. We were under 100 sats for a very long time, which is right pretty much here. So let's see how long we were under 100 sats. We'll call it 120 because that was pretty much a support level that broke. We were under 120 for for 43 weeks. Almost a whole year under 120 sats. People had plenty of time to accumulate, and they didn't listen. I mean, you guys have been following my calls for DigiByte. You saw the videos I've been putting out. I mean, the time pattern's the same, right? I mean, the way we hit that falling wedge is the same. I mean, how do you deny that? We were in the falling wedge. I pretty much said, I think we were at like 75, 80 sats. I said we had a potential to fall down to like a channel of, you know, 40 to 75 sats. I was looking at 40, 45, 50 as a bottom to buy. And we ended up going to 50, let me see, 52. 52 is our low. If you weren't buying down there, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I know you guys have been buying. I know that, which is good. I'm glad we're all seeing these gains now. But honestly, we have to be very, very careful in this area because we're way overextended from the ribbon. RSI, I haven't even shown you guys the RSI yet. I mean, the weekly RSI right now is 74 almost. So we were basically following this pattern. This was our daily support level, 56. So let me break this down to the daily for you guys, and this is exactly what I saw, which is the same thing that we had back in 2017. Once we broke into that range, we used that area as support. So from 58, 59 up to 70, you know, and above. So basically we had that channel right here. We have the same exact channel there now. So we're going to use that level as daily support. We actually broke under it as almost that was definitely a fake out without a doubt. Because once we broke up over that 200 day, I figured we would come back down and retest the 200 day or the ribbon, which we did, and we used the ribbon as support. We had to fake out the dump on the RSI, and then we just blew past it again the very next day, basically. So we had that, and now we have weekly. We'll go out to the weekly. So yeah, so we had this Oops. Oh, fuck. All right. Put that back. So we continued to go lower on sat levels, and we stayed under this level of basically 39.40, which 40 is like a golden number for some reason with the RSI. And I like to use the RSI 18. A lot of people use the 14, but I found that the 18 actually cleans it up a lot and works really well for finding certain little patterns and stuff like that. So I use the 18. You guys can notice that that 40 level was basically resistance since May of last year. So like I said before, we were almost in that channel for over a year, under 120 sats. We were under this RSI level for almost a year. We broke that finally, and then basically this red box here was like a signal for a top. If we broke past that, then we were going to continue going up. So we blew past that. And now we're getting up into a range where we have to be really careful on the weekly because we haven't seen RSI levels this high since 2017. Right now we are sitting at 73.7 on the weekly RSI. We have not been up there. We've only been that high twice. We went that high in 2017, and then we were that high in 2015, which we had. Look at this wick we had. That's right here. Right there. 444 sats. So we've only been this high on RSI twice in DigiByte's entire existence. So like I said, we got to be very careful up in this area. We could actually be filling in this box like how we did in 2017, where we pop up here and then we kind of just fill this box, go parabolic like that, and then dump down. But these gains are very they can't be sustained. It's going up way too fast. So we have to look for areas where we can either ladder out or hedge. You know, we're going to hedge into either another crypto or you ladder out into fiat. Either way, whatever you want to do. A lot of people don't want to go into fiat. Personally, what I do is I swap between Litecoin and DigiByte. So this is actually my third trade I'm working on. So I went from DigiByte to Litecoin back in either September or October of 2018, right before the first Litecoin summit. I went from DigiByte to Litecoin because I wanted to get the Litecoin summit pump. But then I eventually held that. I held that throughout. I held that all the way to pretty much like Litecoin halving. So I held that for 6-7 months or so. And then once Litecoin pumped, DigiByte was really low at that time. So when I went back into DigiByte, I pretty much did like a 4x, I think it was. So, you know, say I had 1,000 DigiByte, sold that for Litecoin, bought back. I bought back, 4 times, so like 4,000. That wasn't the numbers, but that's basically what it was. So now I swapped. Yeah, so now I'm still on that now. Now I'm still on that Litecoin back to DigiByte, and I still have that DigiByte bag. But now I'm going to eventually go from DigiByte back to Litecoin once I feel that this thing is kind of, overexhausted. But I would say that I would think that in the next couple weeks we're going to see DigiByte either go crazy parabolic, and we're going to have one of these insane wicks tops up here, or honestly, I don't even know, man, because this is such a crazy run right now. I didn't see 2017. I wasn't even in crypto at that time. Something like this, if I would have just gotten in, I would have probably sold, at like a 2x or something like that. But looking at the pattern, you almost want to go for that, like almost like a 10x right now, like to 2,000 sats. You really want to be cautious about it, I guess you could say, but you also don't want to jump the gun too quickly. Because I did that with a Litecoin to Dash trade. I traded Litecoin to Dash when it was 1-to-1, and then I ended up pulling the trigger going back like too soon. So Dash went up to like maybe 110, I think, or something like that. 107, 110, somewhere around that range. I swapped back to Litecoin, and then like probably a couple 4-hour candles later, I'm not even kidding, like Dash just exploded again. I friggin' FOMO'd, of course. So, but at that time, I was doing it on Coinbase, and there was such low liquidity, and like the order books were completely messed up. So then I ended up going from Litecoin back to Dash. The order books got wiped out, and I ended up screwing myself. I did a little bit better than break even, but you know I should have stuck to my guns because I had a pretty decent, I had some pretty decent gains, but I totally effed that one up big time. So I don't want to do that with DigiByte. I don't want to like start scaling out when I feel like it could do a 10x. I'm not saying it will do a 10x, but just based on these patterns, like this crazy wick up here, I mean, we were down to this is a weekly candle here. This oh come on, what the fuck? So this is a weekly candle here back in 2015. Uh, October of 2015, we had a weekly candle that was 200%. So very similar to what we're seeing now. So maybe it's something like that where we have a crazy, but we're not getting any wicking yet. So it could be something like that, or it could be something like 2017. Well, I don't know if you guys heard about the COVID-19 alert app. So if you check this out, there's supposed to be this app. I don't know if it's out yet. I don't know anything about the app. All right, but I know there's a couple guys on this app team, like Rudy Bauman. I believe Yoshi is part of DigiByte. I think this guy, and maybe Noah. I'm not really sure if any of you guys know who the other guys are, but I think there's like four. I think there's like 4 guys on here that are part of DigiByte, like the DigiByte awareness team or the foundation, either or. And excuse me, part of this COVID-19 alert app, which is really cool because this app, I believe, uses the DigiByte blockchain. That's why they have like blockchain guys on the team, like Yoshi, this guy, blockchain developer. So I know they're using I'm pretty sure they're using the DigiByte blockchain for this app. I don't know if the app is active or what's going on with the app, if they're still in like a funding stage or process or whatever. But oh yeah, so Skynet just said that the app is not approved yet. So I guess they're building that out, and we'll see what happens with that. But that's really cool. I mean, that's a good use case, real world use case right there. They're using. I don't know exactly what they're using the app, like what they're using the blockchain for on the app. I guess it's just to make sure the information is like permanent. But that's pretty cool. So if you guys are not familiar with that, then check that out, COVID-19 alert app, and head over to Twitter and follow those guys. Rudy Bauman, he's a cool guy. He's part of the DigiByte Foundation, so he's always doing really awesome stuff. And there's a couple other guys, Yoshi, and I believe this guy, and possibly this guy, I think. So, other than that, what do you guys think is going to be? You think this thing will slow down soon, or you think we're going to see 2017 happen again? It would be pretty wild to actually see that happen. If one day you wake up and DigiByte's like 1,000 sats, what do you do at that point? I mean, there's everybody wants to hold. Everybody believes in the blockchain and development and all that other stuff, but at some point you have to, we're all in this to make money, to better ourselves, to retire early, whatever it is that you want to do. So when is that time that you ladder out or sell, or I mean, if you're going to hodl forever and just hopefully use it, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, who knows? But when you see patterns like this that are this crazy, from 20 sats to 2,000 sats, back down to 50 sats, I mean, if we have another run like that, you don't want to endure something like that for another 3, 4 years. If you could flip that, at 1K sats, 2K sats, 3K sats, whatever it may be, why not do that? Why not run this thing up to 1,000 sats, 2,000 sats, whatever, wherever it goes, and then flip it? If you really believe in DigiByte that much, then you're only helping yourself in the long run, honestly, if you're making those flips. Sell off at 1,000, sell off at 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, whatever, and then buy, and then wait. Just wait. Look how volatile this was. Everybody thinks that the DigiByte BTC pairing topped when Bitcoin topped, but it didn't. All right, it topped prior to, I think Bitcoin was only about like $1,500 when this pairing topped. This was May of 2017. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 grand. Then it came crashing down. We went from 2,600 sats back down to 69 sats. So you could have done that flip twice in 1 year. Say you sell off here, 1,100 sats, and you buy back at 100 sats. You're getting 10, 11 times the amount of DigiByte back. And then you ride it back up again to 800, 900 sats. I mean, come on, that's insane. You could have done that twice back then in that year. So it's always that first initial pump for DigiByte. It looks like even back here in 2015, 2016, I had that initial pump, came back down, same exact thing it did here, and had that secondary pump, and then it went flat and kind of consolidated down into its pattern, that falling wedge pattern. Same exact thing here. Major pump initially, came crashing back down, pumped again, and then consolidated back down. This is probably, you could probably even draw some type of, pretty decent wedge here even. If you did something, not really, but I mean, maybe if you swung this up here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much a falling wedge right there. And then eventually it kind of came into another little falling wedge there, and then eventually broke out. So, yeah, I mean, the pattern's very similar. You can't deny that. But, why not experience those swings? Right now we're sitting at 215. Let's break this down a little bit lower and see what we got. A 1,000 sats. Yeah, Ant, that's a good target. That's probably what I'm going to be doing. I mean, that's insane. That's, we were buying at 50 sats. That's 20x. Ladder out, though. I mean, ladder out at 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, maybe ladder out every 250 after that. 1,000, 1,250, 15, 1,750, so on. Something like that. So I'm up, right now I'm up more than 2x my Litecoin. It's like, I don't even know what it is right now, but it's almost 2.5 times, I think. 2.5 times my Litecoin. So if you could do something like that, maybe hedge into Bitcoin, ride Bitcoin up while DigiByte's coming down. That's how you get that sat level decrease. Bitcoin's either going to go up or fall a lot less than DigiByte. Either or. But right after having, Bitcoin kind of just slowly, gradually went up, and then 2017 was just insane. Something like that could happen again too for Bitcoin. Hedge off into Bitcoin. This thing hits 1,000 sats, 1,500, wherever you feel comfortable. Hedge into Bitcoin after the halving. We're real close. We're like 2 weeks away or something like that. Ride Bitcoin up. Ride Bitcoin up to the top. Sell off Bitcoin. Go into fiat at the blow off top there. And then, who knows, 2.5 3 years from now, you're buying DigiByte again, back down under 100 sats maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, the problem with DigiByte is that the pairing, the fiat value continues to go up, right? It's like a 1.5 cents now, which is still higher than what it was, years ago. It's 1.6 sats right now. I can't even look at this because Poloniex wanted to be a bunch of dickheads and get rid of DigiByte. So now I don't really have a good USD pairing to go off of. But yeah, I mean, DigiByte BTC trades like a shitcoin. Honestly, let's call it like it is. Something like BTC Litecoin is more of like an oscillator where it kind of has like a midpoint, which is like right around 0.1% of a Bitcoin, and it kind of just oscillates up and down around that. DigiByte is rocket to the moon, back down to death. A secondary pump, and then consolidate back down to the ground. I mean, it is what it is. You can't deny the pattern that we see. But like I was saying about, if DigiByte was an oscillator, that would be incredible. But unfortunately, it's not. So like an oscillator is something like Litecoin, Bitcoin. Let me we'll use this one, I guess. Don't mind my sign line. That's just for timing purposes. But yeah, you see how there's like a midpoint in here? Let me clean this up a bit. Do that. So there's like a midpoint in here, like around 0.1. And it just pretty much 50% of the time it's above, 50% of the time it's below. It's oscillating around that one area. It's probably going to do that its entire life, unless it breaks out of that wedge pattern, which could potentially happen in 2021. That's why I'm stacking major DigiByte now. That's why I'm doing that back and forth between DigiByte and Litecoin. I'm trying to stack a ton of Litecoin for 2021, where I think it's just going to have an epic year. But yeah, so like you're basically using something that trades like a shitcoin, for lack of a better term, and then going into something that has more of an oscillation pattern, and do it that way. So there's a lot of different ways people can go. I don't like to give people financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor, but that's pretty much what I do. We're at 216 right now. That's almost the high for the day. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. So yeah, it's riding that EMA ribbon up nicely. Very nice, very nice. I mean, this is pretty insane what's going on with DigiByte. Yo, Map, what's up, man? What happened, man? I heard you got like kicked off Twitter or something, or you got banned or something like that. Let's see how the 30-minute looks. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that perfect ribbon support. Comes down, tests the ribbon. Some of these early EMAs, they don't hold support. It'll dump back down below, gets back above, finds support on a certain EMA line in there. This one was an early EMA. This is like I think this is like an 8 or something. Let me see what this one is. That one is 21, which is probably, that should be the mid B band. Yeah. Yeah, so your mid B band is the top line on the ribbon. So, I found support on the 21 moving average, which is 21 periods of 30 minutes. We're getting nice wicking there. And then we have the overhead resistance right now at about 215 or so, I would say. 214, 215, something like that. So yeah, if we continue to climb higher and higher, like another ascending wedge like what we had this morning, we break out from there. The target on that ascending wedge, I believe, is 230. So this thing could potentially top at 230 before it corrects, like before it has a significant correction. So yeah, this was what we had this morning. We had something like this. Yeah, 175 breakout and 154. Yeah, so we should be, I believe 230 was the target. So we should be around here somewhere. Yep, it's trying to break out again. So 217 now. We got 17 minutes left on this 30-minute candle. Let's see what we got on RSI. No pattern's really sticking out to me right now. But map got suspended. Gonzalez, you bought 1,000 DigiByte today, or you bought $1,000 worth of DigiByte? I don't know, man. It's gonna have to pull back soon, in my opinion, unless this thing is just unstoppable. I mean, right now it just looks unstoppable, to be honest with you. But let me go turn the lights on real quick. I don't know, man. This thing just looks like the Digi train just does not want to stop. 215, we're up 30, almost 33% today. I mean, that's it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So, I mean, what more do you want from a crypto? It's intense, honestly. I mean, look at these freaking candles, man. No selling pressure up here yet. None at all. RSI is like totally oversold. We're at 86 right now on the RSI. We have no selling pressure up here. Guys, DigiByte is pretty illiquid, right? There's not a lot of, I mean, the market cap is pretty low. Somebody comes in here and dumps like a, significant amount of DigiByte. You'll see a wick, a crazy wick down. Everything's being bought right back up. I mean, if this daily closes up here and we have like no wick to the upside, it's just all bull pressure. There is no sellers at all. And the sellers that do come are being bought right back up. I mean, the technical analysis just is not working right now because we should have retested this ribbon already. We should have retested areas that we broke out of. 126 retested, I guess, the very next day. And then we bounced from there. 175, 176 range should retest. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Let me show you. Yeah, let's look at the Bollinger Bands on the monthly because I think maybe we can run to the top Bollinger Band and then before we come back down for correction. So the top B band right now is at 387. So who knows? That would be a pretty insane month. So we're at 200% right now. If we go to 380, that's another. I don't even know right now. Yeah, it's about 85%. 300% candle. Maybe that. I'm at a loss for words, honestly, right now. So break the mid Bollinger Band on the monthly. We pretty much did it all this month. We broke out of the falling wedge. We broke the EMA ribbon on the daily. We broke the EMA ribbon on the weekly. We broke the mid Bollinger Band on the monthly. We broke out of RSI levels. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. I would love to see it test 380 before coming back down. So something like that would actually look pretty nice. It would be super volatile. I mean, that would be an insane couple weeks or month or whatever it may take. But if we do run up to 380, very next month, maybe come back down. So your weekly would probably look like this. Something like this red candle here. But that just means that the top's probably not going to be as high as we think. So if the candle we're putting in now is this candle here, this was 670. So if we get like a 300% candle now, we can expect this candle to probably be about another 2x pump from there. So who knows? How the Bollinger Bands on the weekly looking? They just started pulling down. I mean, this is what happens when you go parabolic. You get that nasty pull down like that on the Bollinger Bands. And look where the Bollinger Bands are now. The Bollinger Bands are barely pulled down on the weekly, guys. The weekly. The daily's barely pulled down. I mean, Christ. 218. Yeah, so I guess we're breaking out on the 15-minute. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like we're trying to stretch them bands back up. So I would definitely look for those Elliott wave guys. They could probably be like, oh, this is wave 1, 2, this is 3 coming up, 4 correct down, 5 is going to be up to 230, and then you get your correction back down. So maybe we see something like that. I don't know. But it definitely looks like it's trying to break out right now again and maybe go for that 230. So I might be getting off pretty soon to go grab my Ellie pal and maybe try to make a little swing trade here. We'll see. But let's see how this candle goes over the next 10 minutes. Let's see what's going on with it, if we get a breakout or not. All right, peace out, Ant. I'll catch you on Discord later. Oh, man, I hurt my back today. Damn, script, you're buying now. MCL, don't dump on us, all right, man? I know those DigiByte bags are big. Guy's got like 3.4 million DigiByte, I think. Something like that. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, Chuck, what's up, man? How you been? Hope everybody's staying safe in this crazy pandemic we're dealing with. 217. That's almost our daily top there. Top was 218. Good, good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. Very good. No, for real. Honestly, though, hopefully everybody's staying safe. It is a pretty crazy time with lockdowns and stuff like that. But, it is what it is. We got to just deal with the cards, the hand we're given, I guess, and deal with that. Never buy on green. No, we've been buying we've been buying well below 100 sats, so don't worry. Got to plug in. Going live kills my battery. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. It would be nice to catch 2 breakouts today. 7, 8 minutes almost on this. We're at 218, which was our top for the day. Like I said, guys, 218 was the top for the day. We have also we're gonna get the daily close today in this last 15-minute candle. So we're looking at the daily close now in 7.5 minutes. So no selling pressure on the daily. I mean, unless this thing just absolutely dumps. 219 is our top now for the day. So it's trying to break out. Let's see what happens. One hour, 219. It's going. Yeah, I mean, 1 hour R size basically just making higher lows, which is nice to see. I don't see any like crazy bearish divergence or anything like that yet, but you'd notice those more on bigger time frames. You got almost a double top on, yeah, you got like a double top on the RSI there. That's not too crazy though. The 4 hours like beginning to pull down a little bit on the bands, starting to overstretch a little. Maybe 2 hours pulled down a little. I mean, there's as crazy as this sounds, there's still so much room for it to go. If we get like a correction and then we kind of just float up in the overbought area for a week or two. The daily RSI was up there for quite a while when we went parabolic the last time. That was March 17. Yeah, that was from mid-March till like June, almost mid-June. So yeah, you had a decent amount of time up in that oversold area on the daily RSI. So maybe we get something like that. But yeah, we like I said before with that red box, that was the weekly target to break. And then once we broke that, then we knew that this thing was going to go ape shit. Because you guys can look at these little peaks here. That's in that red box. This peak here, this little bit here, this tiny bit here, that there, and then that was support here on this move. This massive peak, that red box was support for the bounce. And then this peak here came back down. Let me just open this up. So these are your peaks, and then basically once we broke that red box, this is the 5th time we broke that box. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 up here. This was 5, and then 6 is what we're doing now. So even this little break here, we saw some pretty nice gains. I think it was like a 2x or something like that. But these were our major wicking areas. So we're right now at 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6 times. Once we break this red box, we go parabolic. So yeah, so going back to that red box, broke it, parabolic, came back down, tried to break it again, failed, and then came back down for consolidation. Broke it, came back down, used it as support. We got another secondary bounce, and then broke that. Broke it again, came back down, tried to break it again, failed to break it again. Broke it. This was 2017, the major run. And then basically you had like wasn't really a fake out. It broke it, and we did see nice gains, but I'm pretty sure there was a pretty sick wick there. And then failed to break it here. So basically what I was saying is if we break this red box, we're going parabolic. And that was like last week or something. I said that. Yeah, so that fake out, oh, that was actually on the secondary bounce from 2017. Yeah. So that was actually right after the top for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin topped. If Bitcoin would have kept going, who knows? Maybe this thing would have shot up more. But that was pretty much the top for Bitcoin, and then we got that like fake out. So since halving's coming up, everybody's expecting like a dump. Maybe we get something like that, but we're too high for that now. So yeah, I mean, looks good. Looks really good. Cannot deny that. 219 now. So that's our high for today. And we're about to close in a few minutes. Let's go back to 30 minutes. What the hell's our price? Why are we up so high? Maybe trying to break out of that. 35% on the day. Killer. Killing it. Yeah, the DigiByte halving pump. DigiByte halving pump. Imagine if DigiByte had halvings. I actually like their setup better because you don't get like that stupid halving pump and dump BS that everybody talks about and memes to death for like 9 months before it happens. People are like whacking off over a halving event. I mean, it's good for trading, I guess. Litecoin was nice. Went from $20 to 140. Made some money there. I was able to get into DigiByte. Got a nice 4x out of that. Bitcoin didn't really do much of anything, really. It's kind of just sticking it to everybody, I guess. Everybody thinks they're going to get some crazy halving pump. It doesn't happen. But Bitcoin's king. Can't deny that. But I do not see Bitcoin Bitcoin dominance being what everybody says it's going to be. We're about to close in 30 seconds on the daily. Very nice daily candle there, guys. Very, very, very nice. Where the hell's my... oh, shit, we're way above that. So when you start riding the upper Bollinger Band, that's when you get that pull down. So as long as you keep riding that upper line, this thing keeps getting pulled down, which is pretty much what could happen with DigiByte, I guess. Just seems like it's ignoring technical analysis right now. Anything people throw at it is just eating it alive. Any sellers are being bought back. It's nice to see. And yeah, looks like we closed very nice on the daily. No selling pressure yet. None. And that little tiny wick is just from the past 5 minutes. You pretty much would have closed. You would have closed the candle at the high of the day if it was like, I don't know, 30 seconds sooner to close. But you could see the Bollinger Band there. That little green line. Yeah, if you keep riding that up, then your bottom band will get pulled down. It basically vomits. It comes like way down here. And then yeah, right about there it's time to sell. Oh. Damn. Shit. $3,000 in Litecoin at $24 and then pulled out before the next 2 pumps. Damn. I bought a decent amount at like $30. Fuck, my door's open. Bugs are coming in. I don't even know how long I've been live for. It's like almost an hour now. 219, guys. Where are we going to land? Where are we going to land? I would like to see 380. Give me that touch, touch at the top B band of the monthly, and then come back down. Let's actually, we got to see how the monthly closes first, because I don't see us going up that high before the end of the month. $219. And the monthly has so much room to go because it was so oversold. I mean, maybe that's why. I mean, look how oversold the monthly was. But this was also another pattern I was pointing out to you guys in my videos from months ago. Look at the flat run there. And then the flat run here. And then boom, you go parabolic. So, I mean, I'd love to see the monthly get back up there, 86. Then you're talking like some major gains. You're talking like 3, 4, 5,000 sat levels just because of how low it is right now. How low it was when it started. It started at 40. This one started at like 46. So once the monthly closes though, we're probably gonna be like way up here. Yeah, we're probably gonna be like at 50s or something. Well, 220. Looks like we're going again. Give me 380. I'll take 380. I'll take 380. We get a sell off back down to the mid B band at 180. So we get like almost 2x gains from here. What did I say before? Like 90%, 80% or something. Yeah, so we get like 80%, 83% gains, and then we get like a like a 50% drop. And then after that, how about a 10x? How about we go to 2,000 sats after we test that mid B band? Waiting for DigiByte to drop to buy more. I ain't mad. I'm not mad at you, MCL. I'm not. I don't even think about that anymore. It is what it is, man. How about you know what I was joking about in the Discord is that this friggin' candle here started at like 10,000 sats. Look where that candle started. 10,000 sats. I don't even know if that's like legit. If it was 10,000 sats on Bittrex back in 2014, who knows? Maybe. And maybe it's Bart Simpsoning back up to 10K. Imagine that. Oof. Damn. So Paul, you got in at, is that, you're saying recently you got in at a half a cent, or you got in at, oh yeah, that would be a half a cent. Yeah. Scratch that. My brain's fried right now. Yeah, half a cent, man. That's fantastic entry. Half a cent, perfect. Nice buy, man. Really nice buy. Excellent job. That's 3x from here right now. So you did good for yourself. Very nice. Just don't forget to take profits whenever you feel comfortable. Don't let it fall down to the ground. You don't want to see your excellent timing be wasted. We try to time these things as best as we can, but sometimes you like get FOMO, I guess you could say, and you don't want to miss out on the 100x because You're sitting at 10x, you don't want to miss out on the 20x. You're sitting at 50x, you don't want to miss out on the 100x. But the way I think about it is actually like this. So say you do a 50x, right? And you're like, damn, this thing could do 100x from where it was. But technically, it's only a 2x from where you are now. So if you think about it like that, then it's, I don't know, maybe it makes you feel a little bit better. So like if you start at 100 cents or a dollar or whatever, and it goes up to $5, and you think it'll go up to $10, you know, you did a 5x already. What's another 2x? You know, so you're not missing out on 10x. You're just missing out on 2x. So that's how I try to justify the whole like laddering out thing, selling too early type of thing. But for Litecoin, I have my targets. Like I won't deviate from that plan. So I have those targets I have are I believe I start selling at all-time high, 400. So 400, 800, or maybe it's 400, 1K, 1500, 2K, so on and so forth. And then I do it like by percentages. So I'll post something on Twitter. If you guys are following me on Twitter, I'll post something on Twitter with it's like a Google, like Google sheet, I guess, whatever. Like the same thing as Excel. So that has like the formulas already in it. All you guys have to do is just make a copy first, because I'll post a link of the copy. If you make changes to the copy, then you can actually let people see like what you're doing, because everybody has the link. So you make a copy of that, and then you can either just get rid of the other one, or you know, whatever you want to do with it. Probably get rid of it just so you don't accidentally use that one. But you just put in your holdings, put in like how much you've invested and stuff like that, and then it'll calculate your average price per coin. And then there's on the side, you could do like your sells. So say you bought Litecoin, you bought 100 of them, and your average is $100, and you're sitting at 10 grand invested. It'll tell you your average, and then you'll go to the sell side. You say, I want to sell at 400. It'll tell you what your profit is. Or you could do like by percentages. I want to sell 10% to make my initial investment back. It'll tell you what price you have to sell at to get your investment back at 10%, or at 15% or 20%, whatever. So you'll see how it's broken down. I'll post that on Twitter, and I'll put it on Discord, and I guess when I'm done with this video, I could probably put it in the description too. So that's actually pretty helpful. So that's what I've been using for my Litecoin laddering. And then for DigiByte, I mean, like 380, I guess if it touched the top B band on the monthly, I would probably sell off, you know, a little bit, and then look for a pullback, and then hopefully look for that moonshot. I mean, we're already mooning, but I'm talking about like one of these 800% candles. Actually, it did like, damn, look at that. So this was probably this was towards the beginning of the month probably. So I would say like in 6 weeks, DigiByte did holy shit, 9,300%. Wait, hold on, let me get in there closer. A 33x. It did. Like probably in a 6-week period before you got that nasty sell-off. So that's probably going to happen again with DigiByte because it's running up so fast. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. I don't think it'll happen at the top B band. Maybe it closes a month up there, and then next month we get that crazy wick up, and so maybe next month will look something like this candle, which is like that's a gravestone doji if I ever seen one. That shit's got a wick like the size of this candle over here. That's pretty wild. A lot of sell off there. So you had a nasty sell off of 70% in 1 month after 33x. Imagine that. That's why I say, guys, you got to take profits, man. Imagine seeing your bag go up 33x and then losing 70% the very next month. Not in the same month. This was in the same month. So 2 weeks later, you're talking 70% down. Oh, man, I don't even know what the hell I would do. I would probably, I would break something. That's for damn sure. Uh, Live session on Twitter now? No, I didn't put it on Twitter. You talking about Periscope? No, I didn't put it. I haven't even messed with Periscope at all. I gotta start messing with that. John Kim just got into Periscope. He's been doing that like twice a week lately, so that's pretty cool. He's got like a every Wednesday and Saturday night at like 9 o'clock or something like that. He does some live streaming. You know, he has a bunch of guests on there and stuff. It's cool. He talks about a lot of things. You know, it's not just about crypto, but yeah, maybe I'll jump on that tonight too. We'll see. I'll jump on that with him. He does like a masked influencer every week. I don't know if it's every live stream, like so that would be twice a week, or if it's like on Saturdays only. Well, that's pretty cool. You know, you have to like guess who it is before they take their mask off or something. It's usually pretty easy, but I don't know. He's got some hot chick going on there tonight. I heard. That's what he said. If DigiByte hits 33 cents, I'm throwing my TV out my window. Are you gonna buy another TV? Are you gonna buy a 120-inch projector screen? 33 cents. So that's a 15x from here, something like that. I'll take it. I will take it. Oh boy! All right, guys, we got that nice close on the daily. Monthly looks incredible since we're above the mid B band. RSIs are looking good. B bands are looking good on the daily. They're looking good on the weekly. RSI is definitely overbought on the daily, like by a lot. Weekly is overbought. Yeah, daily is like way up there. 86. I mean, it could go up a little bit higher, I guess, but not by a lot. Sunday, yeah. So let's say this. Let's pump Sunday. Sunday's candle today. Let's pump today. Let's go to like 230, 240, and then that'll give us a really nice weekly candle. And then let's retest some very important levels. Let's retest the 200 week after we moon a little bit more tomorrow. So let's go to 230, which was the target of that ascending wedge from this morning, ascending triangle. 230 to 240. And then next week, we just consolidate. We have like a wick back down to 175. Move sideways a little bit, and then moon 2 weeks from now. How about that? Sound good, guys? 230 today. Tomorrow, next week, 170. The following week, let's go to 2K. 2K sats and get this over with. Right before Bitcoin halving. Sound good? I think that's a damn good plan. And if it happens, I don't want anybody saying that I'm some kind of market maker, all right? Because I've had that before. And I've been hitting these DigiByte calls like to perfection almost. Not to toot my own horn, but I've been hitting them to perfection. I don't want to be considered a market maker. I don't have that much DigiByte. It just, these patterns are so freaking easy to see. And if it goes to like 230, then 175, and then moons, I don't want to hear it. All right. It was just a guess. Just a guess. Market maker. I'm the market maker. John Russo over there in Brooklyn. That fucking guy. If any, MCL knows who I'm talking about. All right. It was this guy. He has a YouTube channel, right? I believe he's called Crypto 007. He's a guy from Brooklyn, right? I don't want to give him too much like love. I'm not giving him any love because the guy's he's a fucking asshole, honestly. He's from Brooklyn. He talks way too much shit. All right, so he's trashing Dan at Crypto Capital Venture. He's trashing Dash, trashing Charlie, trashing John Kim, saying that the Litecoin Foundation was manipulating the price of Litecoin. So I basically called him out on his videos. And then somehow I became a market maker. I was a market maker. And then Anthony got involved, Anthony M. Right? And then he was calling Anthony M my little puppet. Right? So he was saying Anthony's my puppet. I'm the market maker. Dan's the market maker. We're manipulating the price. All because he's looking at the market maker trades in the order book, right? So you have like two equally spaced orders on either end of the spread base, either end of the spot price, right? So that kind of maintains liquidity on the order books, right? So every friggin' day he would make like 2-3 videos a day. This one's up here, this one's like 10% up, and this one's also they're gonna push the price here and blah 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 and blah. I haven't even looked on his channel lately, but supposedly he works with a lot of whistleblowers. Apparently, I don't know. I think he's blowing a whistle. All right, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. The guy's he's a douchebag. I'm just gonna say it. He's a douchebag. So, but that's it, guys. I think that's it. I mean, 220 we hit. We hit 220 on the live stream. Nice. All right, guys. Stay safe. All right. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't much. And just have fun during this run. Take profits when you feel comfortable. And don't break anything. If you see DigiByte go to like 40 sats next week, all right. So I don't think it will, but the guy, no, not the guy with the fake Yeezys. No, not that guy. That guy is American Hodl. No, not him. No, this guy, his name's John Russo. You know what's funny is he got on Facebook, right? So everything he does, he's like part of this inner circle, he says. He gets on this Facebook group for scams, and he's like, oh yeah, he was looking through my stuff, and he said, yeah, it's legitimate, so he allowed me to post on there. Which all you really have to do is answer like 2 simple questions. Will you not post links and some other thing? I don't know. So he's talking like he's like in cahoots with the guy, like he's part of the inner circle that he got involved with. So I one-upped him. I got on the Facebook group. I became a mod on the Facebook group, and I fucking booted his ass. I got rid of him. So there you go, John Russo. Right back at you. I stuffed it right up there. Right up there. So, all right, guys. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.